Welcome to the show, viewers. I'm your host, Colin Sopio, and this is Sporten TV, your #1 leading sports channel. And also today, I have Coach Maish. Coach Maish, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
On today's show, we are going to focus our attention on the Carabao Cup, the matches which were played. Yesterday, Manchester United won by 2 goals to 0, and on the other day, Newcastle United won the match against Southampton by 2 goals to 1. Now, the first leg, Newcastle won the match by a solitary goal, and when they faced Southampton, and Manchester United won their match by 3 goals. The scorers for Manchester United being Rashford, Fred, and Juan Wagost. And for Newcastle on the other side, the person who scored was Longstaff. Now, Coach Maish, Manchester United are meeting Newcastle in the Carabao after the 2 teams made a success qualifying in the semi-finals, and now it will be a show-off between the two teams in the final. Coach, your take on this?
Now, I do believe more than ever, these are 2 teams that are hungry for any cup, because Newcastle, they have never won anything in 25 years. So 20 to 25 years now, I do believe now they have a sight on 1 cup, so they will go out gun blazing to win this game. Now, I do believe Manchester United have an Herculean task to tackle the likes of Newcastle.
Newcastle is one of the most improved team in this competition. Now, Manchester United under the tutelage of Ten Hag. So far, 6 months in the office, and he's in the final. And the same applies to Newcastle. Eddie Howe, 6 months into the job, and is also in the final. Coach, your take on this?
No, I do believe those are 2 coaches who are doing wonders in their team, given that now Manchester are in every competition. They are in the Euro, they are in the European Cup, they are also in the league, they are also in the FA, and now they are going to face Newcastle in a final of Carabao. So I do believe that it is every coach's dream to be in any final. So I do believe they are doing marvelous, and kudos to the caretakers of Newcastle. They have done a great thing, given that they are tying with Manchester on points, although they have a goal difference, a better goal difference. Now I think they are doing fine.
Now, this Manchester side, as we saw yesterday, Ten Hag had the luxury of resting a few players, and the likes of Marcus Rashford and Casemiro was served at the later stages of the match. What is it that now Manchester United had a squad depth that they can call to when they need it mostly, going by yesterday's match? Coach Maish, your take?
Now, seeing yesterday's game, I was thinking, now we need to rest some players. But then you get into a game and they are not performing, because even at halftime they were 0-0. Until they introduced those 3 players is when we had the results. So I do believe it's still a work in progress, and I do believe with the time, I think Manchester will be a team to reckon with. That guy is building a team that is for the future, and it is a team for now and for the future, because now we've got Rashford, who is red hot, scoring from every corner. So I do believe we've got good players at the moment. Now we wouldn't talk of depth, because if at all we wouldn't win with the others. Now it shows you the capacity of those players that we are signing. Even though now, more than ever, I like Anthony, the Brazilian. He's coming up, although he's not scoring, but then you can see that he is assisting. Wagos, given time, he will come of age, and he will help the team, given that he is on loan. And I do believe going forward, Manchester is good to go. They've got the best squad. They've got cover up. Although we can't say that they've got that depth that is required. Yeah.
Manchester United has the depth to go all the way. Now, this Newcastle side under Eddie Howe, it's fairly a very young squad. They also have the likes of Joelinton, the likes of Longstaff who scored yesterday. Almiron, the very pacey forward who is doing wonders for this Newcastle team. Now, Newcastle, when they first met Southampton in the first leg, the match had no goals, and finally Newcastle managed to win the match 1-0, and they had all to play in the second leg, and finally again Newcastle managed to carry the day. Do you think that now this Newcastle team is coming of age under Eddie Howe?
Yes, given that it is only recently that they've signed players, and they are up at the top competing with the best in England. So I do believe they've got what it takes. Even in their signing, they have signed the good players. They've got every player for cover for every position. Now I do believe they are doing a good work, and they'll give many teams a run for their money. Wait and see. Newcastle is a team to reckon with.
Newcastle is a team to reckon with, and it's only a matter of time.
Yes.
Now, Coach, Ten Hag, so far he has been really experimenting on so many different players. Today is using Sancho. In fact, Sancho is making a comeback after a long layoff.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday you could see him smiling, and it means that it's business again for Jadon Sancho. Now, Coach, back to you. Tactically now speaking, the match which Manchester United played yesterday against this team, which is Nottingham Forest,
Mm-hmm.
where do you think that Manchester United had it right and finally went on to punish this Nottingham Forest in the second half?
Now I think it's because of the changes that they made in the second half. And you could see that they had a very good composure, and going forward they won the match very easily. The two goals were very fantastic, and you could see that movement was there, the touches were there. Every player realized that he had something to put. He had something to the output of every game. So I do believe the introduction of Casemiro and Rashford, yeah, the introduction of those players now made a very positive impact on that game. Now I do believe now more than ever Sancho is an addition. It's like a new signing. Now I think going forward, even Marshall played very well because there were some layoffs that he made, and you could see that even though there was there was some movement in them, and you could see that he's coming of age. Now Marshall is also an acquisition since he has come from injury. So I think addition of Marshall and Sancho will help Ten Hag. It will even give him a headache even in selecting the first team.
Now let's move on now to Wembly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the match will be played in a few days time.
Yeah, 26 February to be exact.
26th of February.
Yes.
And it's a date, and it will be on Wembley. Now the two teams have met in the final, and the two teams also have very rich history. Now, considering that Newcastle have won this Premier League, and there was a time under Dalglish they were very productive, and now Manchester United is like it has somehow rejuvenated itself, and it's now competing and firing on all fronts. Now, your take on this match, will it be a very explosive match by your thoughts?
Yeah, by all means, because now you see, like I said before we started this program, you can see that these are two teams that aren't having a good time even in their season. given that they've taken long before they get any silverware. So I do believe this is a crunch match. This is a cup that everybody wants to win, and you can see that Ten Hag also cited that, and he said that he's not looking just for anything, but he will go for any cup. As long as he's competing in that cup, he will come out gun blazing. So I think that match will be blazing. It will. Very explosive.
Very explosive and blazing. Those are the words of Coach Maish. Now, as we wrap this up, Coach Maish, I just like to get your prediction, even though we still have a few days to 26th of February when the final will be played. I just want to get you on record, your predictions in the Carabao final between Manchester United and Newcastle United, which will be played at Wembly Stadium. Your predictions, Coach?
Now I think Manchester will win because mostly they are organized and they have all it takes to win, and they will win by 3-1. My prediction.
Those are the predictions of Coach Maish. That is all from us today. It has been a good show, Coach Maish. Thank you once again for making this a success.
It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure also for me to have you on set. Guys, remember to view, like, subscribe and share. You can also leave a comment on the comment section down below. This is Sporten TV, your #1 leading sports channel, and it's bye-bye for now.
Thank you.